to game number 3 between Invictus Gaming and OMG, as Caitlyn and Thresh are going to be the bans coming up from IG. Well, teams really like to ban out Thresh when they're blue side against OMG. Seems like 5 has that pocket pick in play if he needs it. Rek'Sai is going to leave the board too.
He doesn't look too comfortable on the likes of Braum, so no surprises that he continuously is hit with target bans.
As Vladimir and Rise are going to be the bans coming out from OMG here with their final ban to come.
We've seen a lot of Rek'Sai priority in bans over the course of the night.
Gragas again. They didn't want Kid to play that champion.
So much respect to Kid and his Gragas.
Well, let's see what Invictus Gaming decide to pick up here as their first pick.
Kid had a great Elise, so not as funneled into the Nidalee Kindred if he wants to find that priority pick, but it's going to go ahead over to Tabe. Again, Karma eliminates a lot of melee supports, augments the team with her movement speed, augments the team with her wave clear, makes it so that Sivir isn't necessarily as needed.
And we saw what they could do game number 1 with the Karma pickup. From level 1 almost, Tabe and Rain already dominating the bottom side of the map, making sure SMLZ and 5 had no room to breathe at all. As Sion's going to lock in Maokai for the 3rd time today. He likes that champion.
It's his specialty as a top laner. More importantly, though, Shui going back to that Lee Sin, was it as impressive on his Kindred? And as I say that, like, nope.
Nah, we're going to make sure Frostgreen's wrong here.
I decide what the tide will bring.
And Nami is going to be that lock-in for OMG here, heading into game number 2.
I like bringing Sustain against the Karma lane, just trying to survive and outlast it. It does kind of tell me that I'm pretty sure OMG will continue to look for a 2v2 and not perhaps try to lane swap on IG.
Well, they are going to actually pick up that Sivir, so they get the double speed-up combo from Invictus Gaming's team combo. Zatai, one more time, is going to be playing Echo up at the top lane.
And again, LPL teams choosing not to move away from Echo on the 6-11 nerfs, showing that he's still very relevant with the split push, backline dive potential, and general pseudo-tankiness with Chrono Break.
Let's see what the next 2 champions are going to come out from OMG. Is that a lock-in of Lucian coming out from SMLZ? It seems like it is. So we're going to see Lucian return here to Summoner's Rift as Lee Sin is going to be the lock-in of choice coming in for Deirdre.
And we'll definitely keep an eye on SMLZ's build path and where he chooses to go if we see a surprising Trinity Force pop up. It's always nice to see Nami and Lucian be reunited again. Obviously, Nami places her E on Lucian with his double tap. He could very quickly get all 3 procs of that, so they work very well in tandem together.
Auto attack Q. Auto attack is one of Lucian's bread and butter combos. As we are going to see the Azir return to mid lane. This time, though, going to be put on over towards Rookie. And Elise is going to be Kid's jungle choice for this match, giving Icon the counter pick coming into his mid lane.
And you know that that's some mental game that Rookie's playing. The fact that he just beat Icon with the Varus now pulls out the other side of the matchup.
Taunting him, says, come on, play the Varus. I dare you. But we'll have to see what Icon decides to pick up. He played a very mean LeBlanc in game number 1.
Ooh, doesn't want to go near it.
Instead, he's going to be looking to pick up Victor, the other side of this control mage matchup that we very frequently see in the current meta.
It definitely works much more with where OMG are strong.
No, goes straight back to the...
Okay, I was going to say...
OMG hates us!
It goes where OMG are strong because, again, it's that 5v5 priority, but going towards the LeBlanc is where Icon is strong. Again, he's an assassin player, high-ranked solo queue player. His kind of coming to story was we compared him to the idea of like Faker almost, not to Faker's level, but just he comes out of solo queue, he starts dominating all of these top mid laners in the LPL. For a while there, he had a bit of a hit list.
He's running that hit list for quite some time.
Still working on it.
As we are going to see those team compositions one more time here. No more fancy Ashe coming out, or Varus, or Talia in game number 3. Fairly standard team comps now coming out from OMG and IG in game number 3.
A lot of utility. Again, Kid, I like the fact that they're prioritizing putting him on an early gank-heavy jungler. I think IG find a lot more success with that. They win their lanes naturally. Just give a jungler to continue to snowball that and look for stronger 2v2s or 3v3s.
Well, let's see if Kid can do just that here as he's going up against Dre one more time on this Lee Sin. Had a phenomenal Game 1 Lee Sin performance, getting fantastic kicks and fantastic team fights. Let's see if he can do the same thing as we head on to Summoner's Rift for game number 3. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we're having a couple of technical difficulties here before we head into game number 3 between Invictus Gaming and OMG. Seems like the trend of tonight. Go to game 3, start it with a pause.
We can talk about some of the compositions here. And by some of them, I mean both of them. So you have OMG. Again, they have so much kill pressure. They have priority on trying to get this LeBlanc snowballed ahead. Shui had a phenomenal performance on his Lee Sin in Game 1. We hope to see that same thing carry over in Game 3. Again, it's this idea of will he priority early gank, or will he just try to rush that level 6 power spike, try to make damage happen there. Again, across from Elise. Elise obviously isn't going to get as much out of level 6 as Lee Sin will. Lucian Nami, kill threat there. LeBlanc, want to get it snowballed. Maokai sets up ganks for Lee Sin. So OMG, he's got a lot of options about where he wants to go on the map. On the other side, sit back, farm, passively win your lanes, and make sure that Kid's in right place, right time for the counter gank.
Has that really been the OMG story, though, throughout the most of this series? 'Cause that kind of feels like how they came back in Game 1 and how they almost did it in Game 2, which is, we're having a rough time. We sit back, we farm, maybe we fight you later. I don't know, that kind of feels like OMG be trying to do this entire series.
I just feel like OMG's game plan is try to fight you all the time, and unfortunately we fall behind and we're forced to fight, or forced to farm.
It's like, guys, we can fight them. No, now we gotta farm. Great, we should have done this earlier.
We can't fight them, guys. But, reset. Game 3. All's on the line. Can OMG get on the board? Will Invictus Gaming be consistent? Find out next time.
We'll find out now, actually. I don't have to wait for the next episode for that answer.
Bit of trading going back and forth. It should be noted that both bot lanes have found each other, and SMLZ is resetting his position on the map. He is not joined for his support, so it will not be a lane swap. I was excited for no reason.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, it was.
So we're going to see standard lanes of one more time coming out here. That's the time. It's going to be helping out Kid take down the blue buff at level 1.
That is a big win rate.
72% in OMG. That's interesting. I would not have expected that coming into this game. Whew.
History of these organizations.
Also would not have expected OMG to get taken down by LGD in their last match.
I know
mid lane getting traded. It's
a little bit before your time, Fish, as again, there's another invade. So OMG pulling the inverse Invictus Gaming on them, trying to get ahead in this lane. But OMG used to be the EDG of the LPL.
I was, I actually knew that one. Don't worry.
Okay.
I've been around League Legends for some time to at least know that. Right now, OMG haven't quite found their footing, especially in the summer split of the LPL.
I haven't found it in quite a while. Retirement of legacy players. Invictus Gaming don't really know how to retire their legacy players, especially when they're still kicking in Kid and Zatai's place and doing well.
Speaking of legacy players, we also have Tabe playing for the Invictus Gaming lineup in this game.
This is a very similar situation. We now see SMLZ in 5 on the aggressive. They get the level 2.
They immediately go in. That's all procs of the Nami bubble coming out there as SMLZ takes so much damage in return. IG really winning that trade after an aggressive dash forward from SMLZ.
Being very patient, though, and holding their summoners, knowing that SMLZ also had flash as well as heal. Meanwhile, mid lane.
Rookie putting us on word towards Icon. A little bit of deja vu here.
So the problem with SMLZ and the error that he made is that when he went aggressive, he stood against the wall, and you'll see this every single time Deft and Imp play Sivir. Anytime you line yourself up against a wall, it's a free boomerang. And that's where trouble really started to go sideways for them. So we talked about how IG just kind of naturally win lanes. Well, guess what? Bot lane's naturally winning. Mid lane is naturally winning. And checking up on top lane, Shilling's surviving, but for now.
Kid was actually threatening a dive there in that bottom lane. Instead, going to try and take away the blue buff away from Dre, who was busy taking down a ward. That blue buff is going to fall in favor of Kid Satai, putting some good work down up in the top lane onto the Maokai. Meanwhile, Dre into the mid lane on top of Rookie. One final attack, picks up first blood for the OMG lineup.
And it's another first blood on Rookie of all people. So Shui knows the secret formula, and apparently it's Lee Sin gank mid.
He's almost like the new TBQ here for the OMG lineup. Icon is going to get locked down here by a Cocoon.
Oh my god, you're right.
Play Lee Sin, win. Play something else. Not quite working.
Oh, flashes.
Bubble's going to come in here, gets flashed away by the Sivir. Lots of damage back down to Tabe, but Lucian's going to be really careful. Takes the turret shot. Rain is going to pick up the first kill in the bottom lane for IG's lineup.
Just a little bit too aggressive right there, not respecting. Had the all-in potential there, but good outplay from Rain and Tabe.
Time and time again, Rain and Tabe coming up trumps in this bottom lane for Invictus Gaming. A big surprise.
OMG need to ask them what those guys are being fed. Rain and Tabe had their Wheaties, and OMG needs some.
No, 5 in SMLZ, especially last bit. They had some pretty phenomenal performances in the bottom lane. Just can't quite do the same feat here in the spring split.
5's having a much rougher series, it feels like. Obviously, that targeted Thresh ban really hurting him here.
SMLZ will be able to return to the bottom lane as the minions crash towards the turret, so at least we'll be able to pick up what remains of the CS down bottom. In fact, actually stays even in terms of CS with Rain. And that single kill going to help Sivir out quite a lot. In fact, goes back to base, picks up a BF sword straight away. He's like, yep, I'm ready.
Quite a bit versus the double long sort of SMLZ, so power definitely still to IG's bot lane. Now, again, a question, will Kid exploit that?
Let's see if he does. Zycon being aggressive one more time here towards Rookie. Trades quite effectively on the Azir. Pokes him back, gets the Thunderlords, gets out of there.
He does have a window of opportunity to do it because the top laners don't have their teleports available. So if they get vision on Shui, free reign.
Zycon still being really aggressive. Misses the chains though. So Rookie once again gets another good trade back on this Azir. Still a CS deficit in favor of Icon at the moment. He's about 10 CS ahead of this Azir. Up in the top lane, we can see Si Young actually putting in the work towards Tsutai. A full creep wave ahead of the Echo right now. Doing well.
Those Echo nerfs look like they're actually coming into play here.
Now going to move back down towards the bottom side of the map where IG died. But pick up a kill previously, but this is still illusion. He's still going to dash in your face and cause some havoc despite the nerfs that he just gotten. It seems like, unfortunately, there are still a couple of technical difficulties. Hopefully, be able to resolve those on what seems to be Invictus Gaming's side of the map.
Should be noted that Lee Sin level 5 is hanging out in the bottom side of the map. So close to that ultimate, as well as in a position to at least shadow and protect SMLZ while they're overextended, or look to punish Rain and Tabe for any aggression.
Well, let's see if he can do that. Che, once again, game number 1, played Lee Sin. Phenomenal performance. Game 2, couldn't pick up the champion, or didn't pick up the champion. Game 3, once again, starting off great, getting first blood onto Rookie. This seems like a very comfortable champion for Che for OMG, something we haven't seen much from him.
And this is something that you have to look for in younger squads. We kind of saw it with 5. If 5 is on his Thresh, he looks like a completely different player. It's about what is the size of their effective champion pool. Shui has played other champions because, again, he has experience in the LPL before, not just in this single series. But not looking nearly as good as his Lee Sin.
Heal actually coming out from Rain to try and dodge the bubble that came out from 5. Che moving down towards the bottom side of the map, tags Tabe with the Sonic Wave.
Here comes Icon, though.
Looking towards the back lines here, going to try and jump on top of the Rain, going to get smited and slowed down as Che picks up that kill Icon now in the backlines, gets the chain on towards Tabe, locks him down 5. Might be able to get a bubble here to slow him down even further. Ignite coming down. Icon wants this. One more auto attack's going to be enough. Dashes forward, picks it up. Going to survive the turret auto attacks as well. And OMG find 2 kills in the bottom lane.
And there's 0 follow-up because Rookie was getting his blue buff with Kid. So OMG go super deep past inner turrets and come out clean.
They pick up 2 more kills and now 1,000 gold ahead of the IG lineups. OMG finding their way into this game rather early.
And really punishing Rain and Tabe, which is what we suspected would happen. So good job on Shui Shui being proactive.
And Rain now going to head back towards the bottom lane. Went back to base, picked up boots for himself. Clearing out the ward that was placed deep in IG's territory. Rookie, meanwhile, while Icon was roaming around, is able to claw back that CS. He's now 10 CS. Well, now only 4 CS ahead of Icon. Got a little bit of chip damage down towards the mid lane outer turret.
Their gold is relatively even, though, because Icon's kill compensating for that.
Let me take a look at the item builds very quickly. You can see Lucian picking up Yomu's Ghostblade is his first item. I was going to say Yomu's Ghostblade Black Cleaver, but we don't know now. It could possibly be that Trinity Force second pickup on Lucian.
We'll keep our eyes on it.
Meanwhile, still only a BF sword for Rain on the flip side of the map.
I wouldn't necessarily mind the Black Cleaver itemization on SMLZ's Lucian, simply because Shui Shui is also on his team, so he would be assisting the Lee Sin as well in terms of damage output.
Meanwhile, you can also see the Negatron Cloak being picked up by Rookie in the mid lane on this Azir. So respecting the damage that Icon can dish out there. Chain not going to land for the second proc.
One of the nice things about Azir is how flexible his itemization is and how he can easily look into that Void staff. We'll see if he actually completes that item or if he just picks up the Negatron Cloak and then looks towards something else like his Nashers.
Once again, after OMG find the early picks down bottom, they go back into farming up. Just trying to stay as passive as possible in this match. And still relatively quiet. Icon not being too much aggressive anymore against Rookie. As I said, that double dashes in, gets the chains down. We'll find the proc of the Sigil as well. And immediately Rookie's health is completely gone. Rookie goes back in, puts down a nothing. That was not an Emperor's Surprise. Jetcher now gets locked down, tags the Cloud Dragon to try and get away. Good heal! Gonna come out from 5 to keep him alive as well.
Good attempt right there, but like you said, makes it out with his life. Meanwhile, Icon is just dominating this mid lane right now after Rookie whiffs his ultimate.
Dredger somehow able to escape that one. We'll be able to donate blue buff on over towards Icon, giving him even more dominance in the mid lane, trying to lock down Rookie even further.
But the tables have vastly turned in this bottom lane, where SMLZ was struggling, now has a very healthy CS difference between him and Rain. And this is mostly on the back of Shui Shui and Icon continuously shadowing around that bottom side. Yes, Shui Shui was caught out around the Dragon Pit, but still applying all this invisible pressure to his bot lane to get SMLZ in a good spot.
He's 20 CS up, like you mentioned. That deficit's growing quite nicely from OMG. A stark contrast to what we've seen in game number 1 and 2, despite OMG picking up the win in game 1. Top side is a part of the map we haven't touched too much just yet. Xiang's still ahead in terms of CS. He's an item behind Tatai at the moment. Both of their teleports up and available as Rookie and Icon still trading back and forth.
Did go for his Stinger, so just has the Negatron Cloak for now. I'm curious what boots Rookie will itemize into. It's kind of become the new standard to look for those Berserker's Greaves, as Shui Shui may be caught out again.
Jojo going to get locked down by the Cocoon Kid. Going to put a lot of damage down towards this Lee Sin. Rookie is going to continue his chase. Icon protecting him quite nicely. Dodges out the chain coming in, but there's Rookie trying to slide into the backlines. Now Icon has to try and dash out there. Teleports are coming in left, right, and center. Icon gets back in and finds a kill on towards Kid. OMG going to start up a fight. There's the ultimate coming in from Nami trying to separate the lineup. OMG still want to continue chasing, but they do find one pick onto Kid, and that's all they're going to get.
And just a frank outplay from Icon right there, using the distortion, going back in and picking up the kill on Kid and then flashing away. Does mean that he gets some more gold in his pocket, as well as OMG pick up the free Cloud Drake.
This has been an interesting series so far. As OMG now, they've turned something online.
So the big thing is to watch how Icon plays this one off. So Kid's going to go really deep and Rookie's going to come over the wall. He forces the flash out of Shui Shui. Kid will be saved by the heal, but then Icon follows back his distortion, picks him up, and flashes out on the back half.
That was a very tricky LeBlanc play, but OMG have to be a little bit careful now as IG trying to collapse on towards him. SMLZ was trying to get back to base 5. Going to get locked down, has to flash over the wall. Liz going to come back down, but JoJo's into the back lines on top of Rain. Puts a lot of damage down. SMLZ picks up that kill, and OMG find another pick in this game.
And now they're applying pressure towards this tower. Not a ton of wave clear available to them, just really in that Karma pickup, but Elise, not going to be the same thing as a Sivir. Looks like they're going to give it away, though. Would rather prioritize spending their gold.
And now OMG, they're 3,000 gold ahead of IG. This is game 1, IG ahead, OMG win. Game 2, IG ahead, IG win. Game 3, OMG ahead. Question mark, what's going to happen?
Question mark, question mark, question mark. Profit.
Profit, it seems like the path that OMG are taking up right now.
Should be noted, though, that we haven't gotten to the 5v5 stage of this game. This is naturally where Invictus Gaming's composition will continue to thrive. Sivir, Azir, Echo, these are all big team fight 5v5 champions that work well when they're layered together.
Still, it's not like OMG can't do the same thing. You know, they've got that Maokai Lee Sin.
But they're much more of a skirmish-based composition. The mobility, the assassination potential between Lee Sin and LeBlanc. They want 3v3s, 4v4s, 2v2s. 5v5, yes, they've got the Maokai, but they don't have near the sustained damage that Sivir Azir will.
Well, we're actually going to see Invictus Gaming now move Rain and Tabe up towards the top side of the map. They don't want to fight it out there anymore. As Tai gets some decent damage on towards 5. He's going to continue here. Nami's ultimate actually being popped there. He's going to flash forward and look for this one. Tai forced to use ultimate, still trying to take down 5. Is able to pick up the kill 2-on-1. But SMLZ picks up that return kill.
Zatai could have used his ultimate to disengage from that and possibly try to get out, but hold on.
Xiang was sneaking around inside of the brushes as he allows Dredger to get up there after the crowd control comes out from the Maokai. Another kill goes on over towards this Lee Sin.
Okay, Invictus Gaming's bot lane just a little bit too far forward with not enough necessary vision. Wanted to go back to Zatai, though, because I think it just speaks to him as a player. Could have used his ultimate to get out. Instead, waits long enough for the 4 seconds so his shadow is in position and trades 1-for-1 on the support. That is the most quintessential Zatai thing to do.
Churchill now going to be moving up to the top lane with Xiang, working on taking down the top lane outer turret. We saw bottom lane out of 4 in favor of OMG to bring their gold lead up even further now. They're close to 4,500 gold ahead of Invictus Gaming. This is a very different game. Not used to seeing OMG ahead early, and what they can do with it has been looking rather promising right now. Moving on the ramp quite nice. His Rookie takes a lot of damage here. Kid is here for the counter gank though, but so is the rest of OMG. As SMLZ picks up that kill, Elise just falls down right afterwards. A double kill comes out for this Lucian, and Jojo looks for something up top. Doesn't find the Sonic Wave on towards Tabe. But OMG, just running through this IG lineup.
And most importantly, they now have good position on that mid lane. That said, SMLZ wants his farm. Doesn't want to siege the mid-tier tower. They could have taken it, especially with the double tap from Lucian.
Xiang getting it sped up here, looking to try and find the twisted advance on towards Rain. Doesn't lock him down, but Bubble comes in and so does Dredger. That's another pick for OMG. They're just walking all over IG across multiple points of the map.
And you have to think that a blueprint has now been set up for OMG. You have to ban Shui Shui's Lee Sin. He's going full TBQ on them.
He is the new TBQ for OMG. The discovery has been made today. They found the reverse placement they were looking for. Rebuilding complete. Play Lee Sin. SMLZ's now going to head back to base. Let's see what item he does pick up. As meanwhile, Rookie and Icon still trading the mid lane.
See, I still don't think that was the correct choice. Like, it's good that OMG, they like to fight. They would rather chase you around and kill you. But they had a window of opportunity to take that mid tower because Rookie was forced out and killed. And it's so much harder against Azir. Like, you had the chance where the wave clear was dead and your AD carry was in position and you had a wave crashing in. And instead, they would choose to put farm on SMLZ and to chase kills topside.
To be fair, the OMG have found a 7,000 gold lead for themselves after everything that just took place. Looking really good coming into game number 3 as we approach the 17-minute mark. Let me take a look at the items really quickly. It is going to be the Yoma's Ghostblade Black Cleaver coming out from SMLZ, so no Trinity Force being picked up by the Lucian.
My excitement wanes.
In mid lane, you can see Stinger being picked up by a Rookie here. And Zycon does have that Abyssal Scepter, going to put in some work on towards this Azir. Forces Rookie to back out one more time. Icon's being a little bit of a pest in this mid lane.
And Icon is stepping up against Rookie again. We talked about how he had a very explosive start on the LPL stage, taking down a lot of big name mid laners and killing them 1v1 and really testing his merit against the likes of Rookie now and doing well in this LeBlanc versus Azir matchup.
He has been doing rather well. Is now up in the top side of the map. You can see IG, they're still keeping Rain and Tave up here, trying to take down this turret and get as much damage on it as possible. Icon doing some good work in this mid lane as well. This mid lane out of turret, taking quite a bit of damage, should fall down in a couple more pushes.
Could have been down. It's fine. They're applying pressure towards the bottom side.
Icon's got some pretty slick mechanics here on this LeBlanc. Constantly trying to avoid crowd control and jumping back in for kills with those distortions. As another turret falls down in favor of OMG. This time it's going to be the bottom lane in the turret. Xiang now trying to defend up against Rain and Tabe. In fact, trying to go 2-on-1. Doesn't take any damage from the boomerangs that come out from IG.
Rookie needs to be careful. He's about to get flanked, possibly. This is very greedy.
Jojo and 5 are waiting for him. So is SMLZ.
Shui has flash.
Gang Squad is going to go in. Jojo does get sped up. Rookie is going to try and jump out of there. Sonic Wave Resonance Strike connects, but has immediately used the ultimate to get out of that. But now there's no flash available on Rookie. Jojo finds the next Sonic Wave, is able to kick him into death. The body doesn't even decide to fly away. And now this mid turret is definitely going to fall down.
And finally they take the objective. Shui just mechanically styling on all of Invictus Gaming right now with this Lee Sin pick.
Goes to the blue buff, just kicks Kid away from it. Decides it is his, gives it over to Xiang.
And what was kind of a slow build has suddenly ballooned into close to a 10k gold deficit for Invictus Gaming.
Jojo now trying to go toe-to-toe against two members of Invictus Gaming. Puts the ward over the wall, gets sweeped out. That was a nice play from IG.
Just frankly an overstay from Shui. Yes, it was a good collapse, but again, it's cute.
So was that. Icon just removes Tabe from the map as Rain now going to take a full culling to the face. The Sivir not having a great time here. Tatai trying to do what he can. Is going to be able to run away as the Parallel Convergence slows him down. Ultimate coming back in. Tatai wants some blood. He's on top of 5 one more time. Kid picks up the kill and return. That was a very Tatai play.
We never know what type of Invictus Gaming we're ever going to get this time around. They just kind of watched as their lanes got abused. Shui responding correctly to the appropriate fires on the map, putting them out, and then starting them on IG's lawn. And Kid just undone by this enemy jungler.
He's not been having a great game so far. 1 and 2 on the Elise, building more ability power focus items. Red buff going to be taken away by Kid. Gets a good smite off. Not going to go down towards the Echo. And IG actually going to look to try and start a fight. Xiang goes back aggressively towards Kid. They chunk him out of the fight before it even starts. Rookie going in with the ultimate. Not going to connect there. Now Rookie's going to go down. Double kill coming out from Icon. SMLC will fall down in the back lines, but it's still 2 kills being picked up by the OMG lineup. Tabe might be next as Jojo is looking to try and jump on top of him with that Sonic Wave Resonating Strike. IG will immediately run away, and that means Mountain Dragon is going to fall in favor of OMG.
Yeah, and the big difference there is, yes, it was technically an even trade in terms of the kills that went down, but it's Invictus Gaming who are licking their wounds and returning to these massive creep waves building on their side, and the objective for OMG. So, advantage OMG.
And you know, one more time, just like game number 1, the kills are always in the right place for OMG. It's onto Jojo, Icon, and SMLZ, the 3 champions you would want these skills to be on. And they're using to pick up some nice items. You see the Black Cleaver being completed by the Lucian already. Picked up his Zeal as well.
And it's still the fact that Invictus Gaming have been unable to execute on their composition. They thrive in the big 5v5. Rookie has missed several key Emperor Divide ultimates. And they haven't gotten the big, true team fight that their team desires. OMG continuously playing around Fog of War, playing in the chaos, and getting 3v3s, 2v2s. Even when all 10 people are in the same spot, the team fights are split.
And being 9,000 gold behind is not going to help Invictus Gaming in that scenario. It's difficult to even think of a team fight that IG could win being 9k behind.
They have the potential. They've got Rookie on Azir.
Well,
he doesn't have any boots.
He's got to hit one of those ultis. I heard it's been a little bit difficult for him in this game.
He doesn't have any boots.
Is that why he can't hit ultis?
He doesn't have any shoes.
He needs to pick them up because they are made for walking. He's not doing too much of that just yet. Shuffles all over the place right now.
Shrima surfs. It's too smooth for a shuffle as SMLZ.
I'm going to pop down the culling there. Gets Kid down incredibly low. JJ was looking to try and find a Sonic Wave as well. Misses it.
Good to see Lucian return to the LPL in a very dominant fashion, as now OMG completely in the driver's seat will pick up another tower for their troubles.
The Cinemataric taking a lot of damage for now, but Invictus Gaming able to force them away from it.
Bottom side, though, another pressure point being created from Xiang. Does have his teleport.
He is a tree, and he's causing a lot of chaos right now. Take a look at his items. He's got the Sunfire Cape and Spirit Surge picked up on Maokai. This is a pretty big tree. Tatai actually matching him 1-for-1 in items, so that's saving grace for the Invictus Gaming lineup right now.
Zatai is the only saving grace that IG have at all. Unfortunately, though, he doesn't get the opportunity to punish OMG, because like you said, their gold is balanced so evenly across 3 multiple carries. So even if Zatai really does tunnel in on one person, the other 2 will take care of it.
Which he tries to do there. Jumps on top of Xiang.
That is the wrong person.
Realize he's a tree. He can't quite chop it down. And again, we come to a point in the game where OMG are very content with farming it up and waiting for the next objective to possibly take.
No, they want that Baron. They are not content at all.
I should have realized there is Baron buff in this map, and apparently OMG are hungry.
They're resetting their map. They were spending their gold, and now they're placing their triangle vision appropriately. And now looking for a deep flanking TP. They want this.
And here's the teleport coming in. They're going to jump on top of Tabe first with Xiang. Immediately, Kid going to repel and try and run away on the flip side. Tabe, though, has to be careful. Sonic Wave not going to connect. Good sidestep, but it's not going to be enough. SMLZ picks up that kill on towards Tabe. But still only the support being taken away so far.
This would be a pretty big upset if OMG were able to take down IG. Again, they are sitting pretty much bottom of their group right now, whereas IG are sitting somewhere smack dab in the middle, have showed glimpses of brilliance.
Yeah, OMG actually yet to pick up a win so far in his summer split of the LPL. For now, though, they're looking to try and take down this Baron. Instead, they peel off. I didn't think OMG could do that, as SMB is able to take down Rain. Meanwhile, we see Azir getting taken as well. Tatai is able to take down 5 for another time in this match. Seems like that's on his hit list. But still a 2-for-1 trade in favor of OMG.
The decisive and the correct call to peel off the Baron means that OMG have a much better chance of getting this big purple worm. Jungler is still available, though, so Kid has the opportunity.
He's actually being soloed out here by Icon, trying to keep him busy. Lots of damage down towards this Elise. Not going to get out of there. Casually takes the chains. And meanwhile, the rest of the map, there's fighting going off on OMG. SMLZ picks up the kill. Tatai trying to do what he can. Gets taken down. A delayed ace will come out from the OMG lineup.
And Shui somehow manages to survive, so it means that a jungler will be available. Doesn't even need to assist his team with that, as a very clean play around the Baron pit from OMG. And is this 2013? Because they're looking smooth.
14 gold, 14,000 gold ahead of Invictus Gaming. 23 minutes in.
The win rate
25.
knew something that we didn't.
Yep.
They were like, OMG in last place in their group, Invictus Gaming looking to be on the rise with Tabe. No. History knows it best. History repeats itself.
Well, OMG have found that secret formula to rebuilding, apparently. Play Lee Sin, win.
Question now becomes, again, effective champion pool. Is Shui, and more importantly, are OMG limited by his success on this champion? Likewise, beating IG. Yes, IG have glimpses of brilliance, but they also have very low lows.
Not great so far for this OMG lineup. Not OMG, Invictus Gaming lineup. I don't really see how they can find a way back into this game.
Oh, they have the composition. We talked about this last game with OMG. They have the comp, but do they have the will and a way?
14,000 gold is also in their way.
It's uphill, okay? It's really steep.
Uphill? It's a mountain.
It's pretty much a 90-degree angle.
That's a difficult one to climb.
Oh, Rookie can do it.
He could try. He's got to hit one of those ultis first. They're already working towards the bottom lane inhibitor turret. That's going to get taken out. SMLZ working on it. Meanwhile, Xiang up in the backlines. They're already able to obliterate Kid. Goes to the repel. Cuts back down. Meets his death as Xiang picks up that kill. Power Convergence gets put down there by Tatai. Going to get bubbled up. The Echo is going to get taken down here. Stretcher goes into the fountain for the kill. Meanwhile, we see Tatai get taken down in the same time here. It's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of OMG. That was a ballsy Sonic Wave coming out from Stretcher.
And finally, Rookie hits the ultimate and just dunks him. right in the fountain.
I don't think that's the ulti they need to get back into this game, but definitely stylish coming up from Rookie.
I don't know, that was an alley-oop.
Churcher had it coming for him there.
But OMG continuing to siege on here, using Icon to zone Rookie off the tower so he can't wave clear.
Inhibitor turret. Inhibitor going to get taken down in the mid lane as well. Icon still wants some blood here as he dashes straight back in towards Rain. Takes him down towards half health. OMG take 2 inhibitors, and they're going to head back to base, pick up more items for themselves.
Hemorrhaging in Invictus Gaming's base, but they managed to survive. Critical condition for them right now.
Dragon is also going to get taken down here by SMLZ in 5. It is an Ocean Dragon. So OMG will be able to add another one to their belt of Elemental Dragons taken down. There'll still be one more to spawn in this game, but the question is, will we get to that?
And OMG are all smiles right now. Check out Icon, having a bit of a giggle.
He's having a blast here, 7-0-7 on this LeBlanc.
But this is what we really expected from the solo queue prodigy.
Mm-hmm. You know, most of OMG looking completely different from game 1 and 2 and game 3 here.
We've had very polarizing games tonight.
Yes, that sums up tonight quite well.
And it's not even just Invictus Gaming and their playstyle. Had it in Series 1, carried over into Series 2.
It was all 4 teams that have played tonight had very polarizing playstyles. Even OMG. I mean, this is a polarizing playstyle from both game 1 and 2, one of which they won.
It's an expected playstyle, but going very different ways. A lot of credit again to Shui Shui. I keep saying his name, but he definitely turned fortunes around for this OMG lineup as they're now looking for the dive.
There's a Nami ultimate coming out. That's a deep flash coming in to try and knock back one member. It's going to be Rain, the crucial target. Gets kicked back into the team as Xiang now is taking up so much damage. The rest of OMG just collapsed towards the final members of Invictus Gaming, looking and desperately wanting this first win in the LPL. They found 3 kills. They're going to look towards the next few minutes to push it towards the base as well. And OMG, they might have been able to do it here. They might actually find the first win in the summer split of the LPL.
They certainly chunked out Rookie. He's trying to heal up and get back into position.
Teleport's going to come in for Xiang as well to keep the Super Minion alive long enough to take down the turrets. Nexus turrets have fallen. The Nexus is going to fall shortly after. OMG find their first win here in the summer split of the LPL.
And the rebuilding dynasty finally gets on the board for 2016. They're not quite the dark forces that they once were, but it's a good start.
Good start indeed. Game 1, a huge comeback from OMG after Invictus Gaming controlled the tide of that game for most of it. Game 2 was a whitewash. IG just took the game away from them. Signs of hope of a comeback again in Game 2. But Game 3 is really where OMG shined there. Dredger once again on his leasing, kicking things off quite literally to pull them into that game.
And again, that's the 2 threads that you take out of this series so far. Shui Shui on that Lee Sin and how he's able to impact and get Icon rolling. And once Icon has a lead, he's a playmaker. He will punish with it.
You know, that game was as well as not only Icon and Dredger, but also Xiang played Maokai 3 games in a row, was pretty solid, was able to go toe-to-toe against the tie, stay even in CS, in fact, find a lead for himself in terms of CS up in that top lane. Bottom lane as well, they played well.
But this is what we expect from SMLZ. 5 a bit hit and miss, although he was target banned with his Thresh being taken away, but SMLZ has typically been kind of the most stable and most consistent performing member of the OMG roster, other than Xiang in that top lane, although SMLZ is more identified as a carry. Again, props to Icon, props to Shui Shui, and props to OMG finally finding the combination that works for them.
And you know, we already talked about this. Xiang was that one member that retained the OMG lineup after they swapped through so many people.
It's effectively Xiang and friends.
Yep. At this time around, we got Icon coming back in. He played a couple of games for them previously. We have SMLZ and 5 returning to the bottom lane, and Tre finding comfort on that Lee Sin pick. Really turning out so well. But for now, we're going to take a look at the results that happened and took place here today. EDG were able to pick up a 2-1 victory after very polarizing games against RNG in the first match tonight, followed by IG up against OMG, where OMG also able to pick up a 2-1 victory in another set of very polarizing games here. And that gives us a chance as well to take a look at the standings in just a bit after the first day of our cross-conference games between Group A and Group B. For Group A, EDG climb up one more spot, being 6-0 at the moment. As well as we take a look at Invictus Gaming, dropping to 2-4 after their loss to OMG.
Again, this loss, however, for the other side on RNG isn't necessarily as punishing simply because it doesn't impact their immediate group standings.
That's right, because they're still top to bottom here. So every single team on top has killed the teams below them. OMG do put themselves on the scoreboard here with a win over Invictus Gaming to tie up against LGD, who still have a game to play.
And that magic number is, of course, sliding into that 4th place spot and into playoffs.
Also, let's take a look at the matches that we have coming up tomorrow. First up is going to be Game Talents taking on Team WE, followed up by LGD taking on Snake Esports.
And LGD coming off their initial victory, so also on an upswing like OMG, and will be facing across from SOFM. Probably the most polarizing mismatch in the LPL, Amy versus SOFM.
That is going to be a very interesting match since SOFM has joined the Snake lineup. The Vietnamese jungler has looked like a terror to be reckoned with. And we also have Game Talents against Team WE. That's going to be a rather interesting cross-conference match.
Game Talents are still sitting relatively decent in the standings, although I think that they're about to be exposed. They've plateaued a bit, and all of their wins come with the condition that they haven't faced the teams at their best iteration. So again, they beat Snake in very early weeks. Snake did not have their all-star jungler, or not the dominant Snake that they are now, and so their standings are a bit supplemented.
And, you know, they feel like the sprinters in a marathon almost. They sprinted out, jumped out of the gates in the summer split of the LPL. Can't quite run the rest of the race.
It's more like they sprinted out, they tripped over the hurdle, and they're just kind of they're dragging along still right now as everyone's like racing to catch up.
Well, that'd be a little bit of a disaster here. So we're actually going to take a look at the MVP for that match. It's going to go over towards SMLZ on Lucian with 41% of his team's damage share. But I honestly feel like Churchill was robbed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that in terms of being proactive and starting the snowball off. Yes, credit to SMLZ. He played his matchup well. He played the team fights well. Obviously did massive amounts of damage, but Shui was just so key and fundamental to setting his team up for success, including his bottom lane.
Did you see that kick? It was a full screen away. The spectator had to pan down for that replay. That was crazy. He is really good on that champion. What was OMG's junglers knowing how to play Lee Sin? They're good.
I think every jungler just knows how to play Lee Sin, and it kind of comes back to this idea that a very young team full of very young players, they might be relying more so on their mechanical abilities rather than their team cohesion and synergy, and that might mean smaller champion pools. Well,
apparently I can't play Lee Sin, so I'm not one of those junglers coming into this lineup. But I'm not an LPL player, and I was still OMG picking up their first win here. Very polarizing performances. They still stood out, and they looked a little bit, you know, glued together in this match, it felt.
They just look more confident and like they're having fun. I mean, you saw it on their faces, icons smiling. Shui looked really happy. Obviously, finally winning a game in the LPL is going to be a big morale booster, but it's nice to see that the team hasn't completely lost hope despite a very rough start to this split.
So what do we see from the Invictus Gaming lineup? Because they're a team that want to be one of the premier Chinese LPL teams, and they almost got there. It looked like they had a promising start to the season. Things are getting shaken up a little bit now, especially with this match against OMG. What's going wrong for the IG lineup?
IG need to clean up their draft first and foremost. The fact that we had a game one with a draft like that, and I'm not even just pointing out the Talia. I think that Talia is a very interesting champion. Still have question marks about where she fits in the scheme of the meta, but there were just so many other issues on that composition, not having hard CC, not having a clear tank line, not having a versatile composition in terms of your win conditions. IG just need a very clear direction. Yes, their shot calling has gotten better in game, but it's still not consistent in game. Some games, they look brilliant. Other games, you're like, what is this team?
Well, let's keep track of IG throughout the rest of the summer split of the LPL, but that's all for our broadcast here tonight. On behalf of Frost Current,